Welcome to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. For those that might find themselves here for the first time, I would highly suggest starting at a different message today. It's pretty heavy for those that are in real time. Yeah, we're getting into the nitty-gritty, and it's not too graphic today, but this week is going to be the heaviest, I think, with regards to Crow's messages. And yeah, I'm ready for it. This weekend was interesting. I had some massive releases and purgings on Saturday night, which was connecting to waterways, water systems, and yeah, this darkness energy somewhere, everyone. And yeah, I think I'm going to share a little bit more in another video connecting to darkness, kind of where I find myself right now and some energies that I've been connecting in with and some things that I've been releasing just to, I guess, show a little bit more awareness where we find ourselves collectively and to bring an understanding that, breakthroughs are happening. And I think for the longest time on this journey, I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting, for that confirmation that things are seemingly getting better. And I can say that, there is massive confirmation on my end that things are going to start to feel lighter. And yeah, just that great breakthroughs are happening, everyone. But I had some time with Alistair this afternoon, and, I think that it's going to be a lot, everyone, what we have to go through with regards to this disclosure. And, I'm ready for it, but there's only so much that I think one can be prepared for. We are speaking of children today, and I think that is going to be the theme moving forward with regards to this next week, everyone. So yeah, just take the care that you can with self, and if you find yourself in a space of despair with all of this, please do not hesitate to reach out. If you're someone that's been affected by ritualistic abuse in any way, we are totally here for you, and my heartfelt condolences and grievances for you. It's been tricky knowing that this was coming, and I guess feeling so close, I guess, to grow to Alistair at this time. He is a fractal of me, I'm a fractal of him, and yeah, it's getting to the tricky stages. I think I just want to share, everyone, but I will speak a little bit more after I read this channeled message. But today's message was called Forgiveness. Today is finally here. I must admit, behind the scenes, I have been sweating. I do not wish to bring upset, however, today I mean the awareness that maybe this is all that this message brings. I wish to say I'm sorry. I lied, and I lied, and I lied. There have been so many who covered up my misdeeds, those that I was not in full awareness of, and those that loved me, truly loved me, or rather may have been cast under my spell. I did not wish to harm any, yet I harmed so many. The parts that are not fully spoken about in my books and ramblings that so many hold so dear to themselves is that I, Alistair Crowley, fed on the flesh of children. When I say this, I mean it in all manner of ways, consuming flesh, consuming blood, devouring their souls in the most grimmest of ways. We believe their bodies to be portals to other dimensions. This is what opened up to us. We saw devilish things, figures, demons made manifest. This was all that I cared about, seeing more and more and more. I do not think there are enough words to describe how I feel knowing what I do now. I wish I could take it all back. I wish it hadn't allowed so many to suffer by my hands. I wish I hadn't convinced so many to follow me. I was no leader. I was no man. I am no victim, but a lost cause in the fragment of this grand illusion. I bore my own children. I used them. I took their sacred essence, and I stole it for my own gain. I was blinded by beings that I could not overpower. I was not in control for a very long time. I wish for you all to know, souls hurt by my hands, they have forgiven me, they are with me, they are reincarnating so that they can help others involved in such acts. They will become the counselors, they will become the new earth angels for all that they suffered. I know this is difficult to comprehend where you are, exactly how all this looks, please just note that whatever you had in mind, it's not that. The world as you know it is incredibly small and seemingly fragile. I can assure you that this is not the case. There are beings in power. You are the beings that are, you are the beings in power. You are the beings that will rule over the darkness, and I wish I hadn't had a hand to play in any of it. I see the bigger picture. I see how any soul harmed can truly do so much good in so many spaces due to their pain. I do not see this to brush over all that I did or made others endure, but merely to show that no part of your pain is ever wasted. Much like the beings that suck the life out of others, you bring life into the next, seeing as you were so empty in the last. There is a cosmic order and law that so many will have to face the wrath of. They do not fully understand all that they do. Much like me, so many are puppets on a string, head in a noose, hands tied, drowning, screaming in silence, bleeding from every orifice, pleading somewhere to be set free. I do not wish to go into detail. However, I shall disclose more tomorrow with regards to ritualistic abuse. It is important we understand the true nature of these beings, these souls, or rather the lack thereof in many cases, blinded by the dark, unable to see the light. There are not enough words in the English dictionary that can mean enough for all that I repent. I say this under the idea and watchful eye of the Lord somewhere. And I spoke some light language when I originally channeled this with Crow, and I feel as though this is an energetic apology that he wishes to bring forward and to allow you to truly feel a release somewhere, perhaps those that have been harmed and those that are really struggling at this time under the weight of any form of darkness. And I feel as though perhaps this is the easiest way for him to say sorry, and for you to be able to feel the energies of that. And yeah, I wasn't sure exactly how this was going to come forward, but I'm going to sing a little bit and send some light codes out with my hands, and just close your eyes and feel into this moment and just let divine light come through for you. And I found it really interesting that Alistair shares, under the watchful eye of the Lord somewhere. So just have that in mind when receiving this light code, everyone. Tiana shutonia kayetini shunutuni krayene sienoma dunia sekoretina reno murutunu maye kunasiate nilmu. And, I feel such sadness bringing this information forward, and I realize how much of my life has been wrapped up in all of this. And when I was very young, too young to truly, I guess, comprehend all that my mind was doing at that time, I was seeing, I was seeing children be abused. I felt like that was me somewhere. And, I was incredibly small at this time. I think by the age of 13, I was convinced that I was evil. And, now looking back and understanding my journey, I can see where all of this stemmed from. But I think I was terrified to engage with people to some degree somewhere, because I did think that I was evil. The things that I thought, the things that was at the forefront of my mind, I felt like I was really battling to pull myself back from darkness that I hadn't necessarily experienced in my, plane of existence, but it lived in my mind. And, sometimes I would feel urges of things that I knew I shouldn't, and it would be incredibly confusing, and I just didn't understand it. And, I knew that that wasn't who I was, but I felt it. And, I think it's incredibly eye-opening to me where I find myself right now, but also there is a layer of this that is just disturbing on all accounts, and I appreciate that it might be a lot for some of you. So again, please go easy. This week is going to be tough. I'm going to do all that I can to make sure that I bring it through as easily as possible, but I think we're just going to have to sit through some pretty horrific things this week, everyone. And thank you again for your constant love and support, those that have been with us for a real long time. And if you find yourself here for the first time, there are some things that I can't really explain to you why this is happening, but I know this is my truth, and I believe this is my life. And I think that at this point it's pointless me trying to I don't know, I don't know how to word it. I think there is some, question marks surrounding my validity and the things that I bring forward, and there is nothing that I can say to make you believe this, to feel this, or to understand this. If this isn't your space, then it just purely isn't your space, and that is absolutely okay. And moving forward, you will find your spaces, you will find your teams of light, or you may not. You might have just been here to activate something for a next lifetime. And I'm met with many souls on a daily basis that I think are very confused by me. Some are quite frankly just terrified of me, I think, at this point, and some are triggered by me. And that is just part of this path, and I have to roll with the punches. And I'm ready for whatever this path throws at me. I very much, I trust everything that I bring forward, and I trust in my teams of light. I trust my light renegades. I trust everyone else that I'm in contact with behind the scenes that are in these realms too. And I bring forward as much as I can, and I try to make it make sense as much as I can. But if this isn't resonating to be your space, then it just might not be your space. I think I want to share everyone, but nothing of me is bringing forward any darkness for you. I make sure that I bring in, my teams of light to help hold and navigate these spaces for us before I even set up for videos. And, I put the precipice of all of these crow channelings to be under the, divine white Christ light, under the name of Jesus Christ. And I connect with these beings at a cellular level at this point, and my heart is incredibly open for all aspects of everything. And as much as I align with darker aspects, I am of light. And so many dark beings step forward to me to speak with me, to converse with me, but they send me back. They actually push me back. I find it very easy to stay in the dark, and I get booted back into the light because they say I don't belong with them. As much as I might feel it somewhere, it is not where I reside. So I guess to those that might be questioning things at this time, might be wondering why all of this is happening to me. Sometimes I have a massive question mark around all of that too, but this is just where I find myself, and this has been my whole entire life. And I've seen so many lives, all of us light renegades have, in so many different spaces. And I think we get perhaps triggered or put off by one's vessel. This is the avatar that I chose to use this lifetime. This is not what I look like. Our souls do not look like this. In my Pleiadian form, I'm a lot bigger, I'm a lot stronger than I look within this form, everyone. I don't know why that's coming forward, but I feel like that was just something that I was supposed to share within this. But I will be back with Crow tomorrow. I think that he will want to step forward and speak through me, so I would be channeling him live tomorrow's video, everyone. But yeah, take care, and please go easy with these messages this week. It's going to be pretty heavy, everyone, but I will speak to you soon tomorrow.